What up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today on Fitness Tech Reviews, we're going over the Garmin Venu. This guy came out in about 2019, but I think it's still a very capable watch. It has an always on display, has a GPS, but in 2022, is it worth your money? Let's go ahead and get right into it. First, we're getting into the app so we can go over our fitness and our sleep tracking. There are two different apps, the Connect and the Connect IQ. Connect app has all the sleep and the fitness tracking. Getting into sleep. So sleep tracking was pretty good. You do actually have to turn the pulse ox on, but I did see it tracked me a little bit longer than I really actually tracked. With my Whoop, this is also a very accurate sleep tracker, but the thing I saw mostly is it didn't really get my awake time too well, and it got me a little bit early as far as me falling asleep. Like it says I fell asleep at 8:59 this night. That's because I laid down at 8:59. I did not fall asleep at that time. I fell asleep a little bit later. So it gave me extra sleep. But there's a lot of great information down here where your movement is, where your pulse ox is, the amount of oxygen in your blood, and your respiratory levels as well. So there's a lot of great information it gives you right here. And throughout pretty much all those days, that was just over what I typically had on my sleep throughout the day, but you can have kind of an idea where your average sleep total is, where your sleep is. Like Friday was 11 hours. I was actually playing video games for like 3 of those hours, so I think actually more than that. So it tracked me way too long, but it gives you some great data and you're able to actually edit. So if I wanted to edit this one, I can actually go up to this top spot and edit the time a little bit to be able to give it a little bit better of an idea, but sadly it does give you a little bit too much as far as your sleep tracking is concerned. Now let's get into fitness tracking. First thing, steps. Steps is great in a general sense. Like if you're going on walks and you have very standard steps, walking your way through, it's going to be very accurate. I have a very active job, so I'm bouncing around a lot on a floor training different clients, and those small steps, it doesn't count as well. So I was down by steps by a decent amount, but I'm going on walks, it's very accurate. But you have everything built right in here, your heart rate and stuff like that. And like so, I went in for a mile run here, and the heart rate did great. It took it a little while to kind of ramp up a little bit, especially early on. My heart rate was pretty high and didn't really catch that early in it. And of course, I have my Whoop right up here as well. But it gives you a lot of great information, your pace, your heart rate, your cadence of your run. As you can tell, I stopped here and there, and then I sprinted here and there. And it even gives you a map of your actual running as well. So it's a lot of great information. It just took the heart rate a little bit to catch it. Also, with things like high intensity interval training, I kind of had the same type of feel. It was actually fairly accurate when my wrist wasn't in flexion. So when I'm in a plank position, it kind of like, this is with a lot of the bands that are silicone, it kind of catches a little bit. That's why I always recommend to get something that's a little bit more, flexible so it doesn't kind of smash against your skin. So it dropped a little bit right there, but then it picked right back up when I got to my next movement. So heart rate in general worked great with that. And the funny thing is, even with stress levels, I remember I had something I had to get done and my watch was like, make sure to take a second to breathe. So that's a great little addition as well. But going through this, it has pretty much everything in. It also does floors, your calories that you burn through your day, your pulse ox is here, respiratory rate on your sleeping stuff, and then gives you your rest today. So there's so much things in this app. If you want to check out my full review on the Garmin apps, there will be a link down in the description below. Check that out. I did get this guy at a discount, about 50% off when I bought it on Amazon, so do make sure you're checking out where you can get your best deal. You shouldn't have to pay full price, about $350 for this guy, but is it worth it? What kind of specifications does it have? So it has Corning Gorilla Glass 3 on there, which is great. It is a stainless steel body. Awesome. It has a 20mm silicone band built in that's actually replaceable. So that's always great if you want to kind of dress it up a little bit and change it out. It's very easily replaced. It has a touch OLED color display, so that's great as well. The battery life can kind of fluctuate here and there. It can get up to 5 days of being a smartphone, which is great. But if you want to add in pulse ox, that's closer to 4 days. And if you want to add in the always on display, you're probably at about 2.5 days. But all these are actually pretty darn good as far as a full-fledged smartwatch is concerned. Better than Samsung, better than Apple. If you are looking to use GPS without any music, you can get a full 20 hours. So if you're going on long runs, triathlons, and stuff like that, you can get a full 20 hours with GPS on. It does have 5 atmospheres of water resistance, so if you would like to go swimming with this, it's not a problem. As far as the sensors are concerned, as a GPS with GLONASS and Galileo, so very accurate with that. It has its heart rate monitor. It also has an altimeter, so even in your run, you can see how high and low you went. It has a compass, a gyroscope, an accelerometer. It even has an ambient light sensor, and also has its pulse ox sensor as well. It is using Bluetooth 4.0, but you can use Wi-Fi with it as well. But it has all your smartwatch features: calendars, weather, text messages, emails, all that's built right in, and it even has Garmin Pay too. It even actually has a lot of golfing features on it, like yardage to dog legs. I'm not even sure what that actually means, but it has a lot of golfing features on it. Let's go ahead and check out the UI on this guy. It does have 2 physical buttons on the top. Your top right button is going to be going right into workouts. So there are so many workouts built in. I really can't even list them all. Pretty much anything you do need is built right in, and your back button is your bottom left. If you want to hold that top button, it will go into settings. This is where your music, phone, you want to turn on do not disturb, your brightness, and lock your screen, or even turn it up. That is there. But again, hitting that bottom button is going to go back. If you swipe down, it's going to start here. These are all your widgets, and you could do anything you would like with that. But if you have notifications, it's right there. You can check out the weather. Not that great here in Jersey. Your calendar's here. You can put your water in, where your body battery is, your heart rate. Again, you could change these widgets however you like, your day and stuff like that, all built in. Of course, when you go all the way, you could switch there. The face itself is customizable through the app, the Garmin Connect app. There are so many different watch faces that are actually very easy to customize as well. If you hold the bottom right, it's going to go into settings like watch faces, clocks that are actually on here, and the history, and then settings are here as well. Your apps, your widgets, you could change all there. Your control menus, shortcuts. Again, there are so many things built in. If you want to change your different sensors, this is where you can actually go in to change out your compass and stuff like that, and your music, your phone, your Wi-Fi, your profile, so many different things built in. If you are looking to turn on the always on display, you do have to go all the way down here to system, and then you go over to display, and you can put your brightness on a different high level, but you can put on the during activities. You can always put always on if you want that. And then not during activities, you can change always on or long, medium, or short for how long your screen stays on. And going all the way home, you can swipe over to your right, and that's just going to be where your shortcuts are. You can go anywhere you like with that, and then that's back home. When you turn it around to your back, you have your charging cable right here. This is Garmin's charging cable they use for pretty much everything. And then you have your heart rate and your pulse ox right here. And then you have quick release as far as the watches are concerned, so it's really easy to take off and be able to customize on your own. So what are my overall recommendations for the Garmin Venu? It is a great watch, but if you're paying full price for it, about $350, if you want to go on Garmin, don't buy it. Just buy the Garmin Venu 2. It's its newest one with this, and it's only $50 extra. But if it is on sale around $150, this is a great watch with pretty much everything built in. If you are a runner, a cyclist, even a swimmer, this will work out great for you. Yes, the sleep tracking isn't that great, and also the heart rate tracking can fluctuate here and there, but I'd definitely recommend a better band for that. But for around $175, it's definitely not that beatable, especially with battery life. You can get up to 5 days if you don't want to keep the always on display on. But even if you want to keep pulse ox and the always on display, you really can't beat the battery life if you want a smartwatch, something with this type of size. The only other things here and there, if you are looking for a smaller one, you can kind of think about the Fitbit Charge 5. It's not going to be as fully featured as this, but it's going to be a little bit smaller on the wrist. And if you're looking for something a little bit extra with battery life, and you're looking to go on longer runs, triathlons, and stuff like that, I would look at the Garmin Forerunner series. The 245 is around that area, but definitely look at the Garmin Forerunner series if you're looking for a longer battery life. Well, hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, please smash that like button. If it was really helpful, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll be one of the first ones to know when my newest video comes out. And if you want to use the link down below to buy one of these guys, it will give me a little bit of that purchase to help me grow my channel. But as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, stay positive. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.